So yeah, I want to say that I feel like people join secret societies, and certain societies will have them because they need a certain number of members to complete certain spells or rituals, in their coven. And the coven is 12, but certain spells require more people. Vinegar lips from my salad. And I feel like for example, I heard that the KKK, the Knights, the Christian Knights of Columbus, the Ku Klux Klan, they allowed a certain number of people in, a certain type that was in there, and then but because just once they can get your allegiance to swear a certain intention, because it's about intentions behind whatever you do. Yeshua came through and broke every law there was, technically broke them, but he didn't break them because his intention was the same intention as the law, which was to save a life. He says it's better to save a life or destroy a life on the Sabbath. Sometimes people were able to corrupt the law or bend the law in such ways that they were able to actually, hurt people with the law instead of actually save them. And saving them was their true intention, With that being said, it's like, say a person's like, well, you know what, I want to do a spell to bring back the dead. Oh, that's a toughie. You're gonna need more than 12 people for that. You're gonna need about 100,000 million people for that. You need more people for that. You're like, well, say you want to do a spell to be like, you want to do a little simple love spell. Oh man, you need about 5 people for that, And people practice some of these spells by themselves, and they be like, well, what are the chances of it working? Depends on how powerful the spell is, and the life force that's manifest in this physical world that's required to, to offer their intentions to bring whatever they're, aspiring for, to manifest also in this physical world. So if you're doing spells by yourself, I'm not saying it won't work, but there's more power. But see, Yeshua said, but it depends on the intention. Like when there's a negative intention, this just occurred to me just now. When there's a negative intention, it requires more people. But if there's a positive intention, like when Abraham was trying to save Lot, he was like, the Lord God just told me that him and those 2 angels and more are going to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah. And he was like, and he questioned the Lord God to try to see if he could, get him to dissuade him from get the Lord God. He wanted to dissuade the Lord God to not destroy Sodom and Gomorrah. He said, would you spare it for like 5 praying people? Because prayer is the same thing, but it's a powerful intention. He was like, would you spare it for 100 praying people? The Lord God said yes, and then he was like, and then Abraham thought like, man, there are not 50 praying people in that town, which is why the Lord God is going there. And I'm trying to save this one, Lot, one person. So he was like, well, would you spare it for 25 people? And the Lord God was like, yeah. And he was like, Abraham was like, man, there's not even 25 people. He said, man, I hope Lot is there praying. Oh my God, I hope he's praying, because they're gonna destroy this whole time. And then he's like, he's like, Heavenly Father, he said, please forgive me for being so, impetuous. Would you spare the town for 1 praying person? And he said, yes. Because of the positive intention, the prayer of 1 person is powerful. And even Yeshua himself said, where 2 or more are gathered in my name, that I am there. So, but when there's a negative intention, they amass mad numbers, a lot of numbers of people, mad numbers, like a lot of people to manifest that negativity on the earth. Peace, peace.